All right, welcome back everybody. So every year for the past like 10 years, I've been making a brand new gift guide and I've had so much fun with it. But the last year was the first year that I actually focused it more on physical gifts rather than experiences or workshops, that kind of thing. And that video in particular got a very good response. And so this year, I'm gonna include more of that type of thing. However, if you want to go back to previous years, I have a playlist in the description along with some shops that I think are really cool to shop from. Maybe a couple gift guides from other people who I think have made really good gift guides. Let's get into it. There's quite a few things here. Most of the things on this list are things that have been my favorites throughout the year. Things that I've already mentioned in my general favorites videos, things that I'm currently using that I used for a while, and so on. And like also gifts that I've received throughout the year that I've really enjoyed. So yeah, let's get right into it. I mentioned this last year, but I got a clip from a brand called Lillette. I bought it during, I think, around this time too, so like all the Black Friday sales and whatnot. And this is what I got myself for Christmas or for the holidays. And it's just a marble, it's a plastic, like acetate plastic clip. Yeah, I've just been really into hair accessories. And so this year, earlier in the year, I found on Pinterest this brand called Undo, and I have 2 claw clips from them, and I've been using them every single day. Like whenever I do my hair, whenever I do my makeup, when I'm washing my face at night, I have these lying around. So I just have 2. I have this one right here, which is the smaller one. It's like the 2-inch one in bright red, and then the longer one, which is a 4-inch one in the color Bordeaux. These are great. I have really long and thick hair and they hold everything up. Just one clip will hold everything up and keep it in place. And I feel like I can work out in it, go on walks, do extensive chores, and it doesn't fall out. So they're very well made. And the other thing is that when you buy it from their site, they wrap it up so nicely. So the packaging is delightful. I talk about Bagu every year, and I still love their things for like stocking stuffers. Obviously they make a lot of bags, and I think it's a great idea to get a bag or like a reusable tote and then fill it with smaller gifts inside. I'm someone who likes a lot of small gifts, so I like to sample a lot of little things. So if you are shopping for someone where you're not really sure what's that one thing that they want, you can just group up a bunch of things and put it in a Bagu reusable tote and you're good to go. But I also found this one from a brand called Deucin this year, and the handles are oriented the opposite way. So rather than side by side, it's front and back facing. So it's a little bit easier to wear around your shoulder. And then also with the Deucin one, the bag that it comes in is already attached, so you don't end up losing the outer sleeve bag. So that's another benefit. I know a lot of other brands also make these reusable bags, but my cousin Amy bought me one from Bagu a couple years ago, and I use that all the time. And whenever I think of a gift, I usually go to Bagu first because they have really cool gifts. And then look at this little backpack. It is so adorable. It's a little keychain and it clips onto, I don't know, your bigger backpack, your water bottle. You put your lipstick in here, your change. I just think it's so cute. I tried to put it on my cat earlier, but it's way too small. Didn't quite work. Something that I've been doing for the past couple of years, I've been teaching these classes. They're air dry clay classes. So they're ceramic classes, but they're online, and I do it for a company called Sculpt. And they work with a bunch of different companies to do their employee bonding experiences, right? So I just did an event with DocuSign. I did one with Meta last week. I've done it with Dropbox, like just so many different companies. Anyway, Sculpt makes these kits, and I think they're fantastic, especially for a younger audience. So let's say you have a cousin who's, I don't know, an alpha generation cousin or younger. I think these would be great for them because the booklet that comes inside shows you exactly what to do. So you don't necessarily need an instructor, though it's nice to have one, but you can do them all yourself. So this one in particular is the candle making kit for one. And it comes with earth tone paints, but there's like, colorful paints, there's primary colors, there's pastels, there's the candle making kit, there's the regular kit, which is just sculpting something and not having to make a candle out of it. I like the candle making kit because the scents that it comes with are fantastic. This is a great way to incorporate an experience without having to let's say like if you were to get someone a pottery class, they would have to commit to a 4 to 6 week period, and then also all the firings in between, the failure rates. So though I've mentioned a pottery class in the past, or like a workshop or something like that, those are great. But if you don't have the time for that, and especially if the person that you're buying for is younger and they don't have access to a vehicle to get to their pottery class, something like this is fantastic. Something that Jason got me this year. We do dates every once in a while, so it's not really a gift or anything like that, but this is the perfect gift for me because I live in a small home, so I have a hard time accumulating things. I love buying gifts for other people and getting gifts for other people and thinking of other people in terms of physical gifts. However, for me, I really like an experience because I don't want to store or figure out what to do with whatever physical item gets handed to me, right? I really do appreciate it, but if it's not something that I can use immediately, then it just kind of stresses me out a little bit. So Jason booked us an architectural tour. So he booked us a tour in Pasadena at a place called the Gamble House, and the tour was called the Upstairs Downstairs Tour. So it's not just like how the people live in this house, it's the help, basically. So the people who are hired in to cook, clean, all of that. And that's a tour that I wanted to see because, I don't know, to me that's more interesting because that's more of how I would run my house. Like I do all my chores, obviously. I just wanted to find like practical ways to do things more efficiently. But then also in that tour, you can also tour the entire house and then see the architecture. So yeah, an architectural tour like that is a wonderful gift. I also saw the Neutra VDL house in Silver Lake, and that was a fantastic tour as well, just to get inspiration from that. Architectural tours are my jam. Holiday markets are in full effect right now, so if you live in a city that has a bunch of makers, if you know a lot of artists, then go ahead and support them first. I think it's so important because I've been doing ceramics for a while now, and I know the past couple of years have been really hard, especially for makers out there. So ideally, just support your local artists. You'll definitely get more unique gifts that way. One person in particular that I really like, I bought this off Instagram. This is off Orbs Inc. And this is my friend Sable Young, who has a podcast that I love called Smell You Later. But she also makes beautiful necklaces. And I've mentioned this before, but I got this a while ago. And she was just in LA recently, and she made me this one. I think is so beautiful. Yeah, I don't know if she has any for the holidays. I'm sure she'll make some. So I know you can reach out to her via DM. This has been one of my most cherished gifts this year. And also this, which is a gift to myself. Let's move into home goods. So obviously every year I have some candle recommendations. The one in particular that I love the most this year was from Mirror Water. It's Estee Lauder's brand. I've used it up, but it's a very earthy candle. The packaging is beautiful. If you like Flamingo Estate, for instance, which I've mentioned before, then you'll like this Mirror Water candle. Cydia makes one called Braless, which I've also used up this past year. Also fantastic. It's kind of leathery, but also sort of a skin scent, so not offensive to anyone. I feel like that's the type of candle that you can buy for the masses, essentially, and everyone would love it because it's so subtle and yet it's so warming. I have two here that I'm gonna give as a present, but this one is Alone Time. It's cedar and vanilla. It's a little bit more of a masculine scent, but the packaging is beautiful. Yeah, it's just, very minimal, classic, and the cool thing is that a lot of these vessels, if they look nice, then people will end up using it again afterwards for their pens and pencils and whatnot. During the holidays, there's a lot of Friendsgivings and like holiday parties. I don't like to come empty-handed, and I don't like to come with a bottle of wine because I don't drink, and a lot of people just don't drink anymore. So I like to come with a candle if it's at someone's house. So yeah, I collect candles so that I can just wrap it up and then bring it to a house, whoever's hosting, and that will be their like a little host gift. Another scented candle here is from Beauty Pie. This is rose. Oh gosh, and the packaging is so beautiful. Look at this. It's like a dark cherry color. Oh, I just think it's stunning. So this, maybe some flowers. In lieu of buying a nice bottle of liquor or wine, I'll do candles. One of my favorite things this year is my Tatang rice cooker. that I got from Yunhai's shop. So I have the cookbook here. Yunhai is based out of New York, so if you're around Brooklyn, or if you're just around New York at all, please check this spot out. I haven't been and I don't know when I'll be able to go, but they have the coolest condiments and like the coolest snacks and everything. If you get their Tatong rice cooker, which is like a 1960s rice cooker, they used it in The Mood for Love, the movie from Wong Kar-wai. It's not just rice cooker, it's a steamer. I've used it in lieu of a microwave when our microwave was broken, and it's just fantastic. And there's all these cool attachments that you get along with it, like a steamer basket, just a bunch of fun accessories. To me, it's like the new and cooler version of an Instant Pot, but it's been around for, oh my gosh, how long now? Like 70 years? And the design hasn't changed. This is the little book that you can get if you get it at Yunhai shop, and it has a bunch of, intro recipes to the Tatong rice cooker. And the photography is beautiful, and there's just so much that you can make. Also, while you're there, check out their pantry items too. They have a bunch of stuff on their website, not just the Tatong rice cooker. Something that Jason got us a few months ago is a Toto bidet attachment. So I didn't think that we needed it because it's kind of spendy, but he's like, that'll be like your push present when the time comes, when I give birth and everything. It's gonna be kind of a wreck down there. And so, so he was thinking ahead, and he's like, you know what? I'll just get this, and then it'll just be on me. I never thought about how much I would actually use a bidet, but truly I use it twice a day, every morning and every night. The version that we have has an endless stream of warm water. It's so comfy, and I feel so much cleaner using this. Last year I talked about napkins, but my sister Anne got us some napkins from a store out in Yucca Valley called All Roads. I love these. They're made so well. I mean, obviously when they first come, they're like nice and crisp and like ironed down and everything, but we've been using this so often, and they're incredibly practical. I think they're so beautiful, and they look really nice on your table. And ever since my sister got us those, I started seeing All Roads everywhere, like at the Heath Ceramic Store, at Block Shop in Atwater. So they're just around. I just never noticed them before. I know I should get this done regularly, but I just haven't. So knife sharpening, right? So it's a service that you can go to bring your knives and get it sharpened and everything. But then Jason just bought us a whetstone, and he watched some videos and he started sharpening his own knives. And it's only been a few days, but I cook every single day and I use the knives every single day. And it makes prep work just so much faster. Everything's a lot safer when your knives are nice and sharp. It's one thing to get the service done, like bring out your knives to get it sharpened, but also to learn it yourself and then do it so that it can just be done whenever you need to have it done. If you have a person who cooks a lot in your life, get them a whetstone if they don't already have one. It'll be a life-changing skill. Something that I want for myself actually is a bigger bathrobe. So I'm a bathrobe person. I have like a couple bathrobes that I rotate pretty often, but now that I'm pregnant, 32 weeks in, none of my bathrobes like close in the front anymore. Deucin makes the bathroom of my dreams. It's so colorful. It's a terry cloth, like towel-like material, so it's super cozy. It's almost like a Snuggie. It seems like such a luxury to be able to wake up or get out of the shower or like do your makeup and just have this bathrobe on. Brook linen sheets. I have a set here. These are so pretty. Look at this print. Yeah, so they have a bunch of core sets, like sheet sets that you can bundle up and like get and send to the people that you love. Okay, so I have an aunt who asked us, like, I think over 10 years ago, she went around and asked everyone what size beds they have. And then she went and for Christmas bought everyone new sheets. And I think some people were like, what, sheets? That's kind of strange to get people. But the thing is, at the time I was much younger and I didn't have laundry at my house, and when you're younger and you don't have that much money, you only have like one set or maybe two sets. So as soon as you wash your sheets, you're using those again. When she got us those, I was just like, oh my gosh, I actually need this. And as you get older, you may not need it as much, but if you know someone who doesn't have laundry at their house or has only one set that they use, or maybe two sets that they use, just get them a sheet set. Sheets are often overlooked, but if you can get a really nice set, like the set that I have in my bedroom right now is also from Brook Linen. It's the stripy one. I think Maddie actually has the exact same one. It just looks so beautiful in our room, and we've used it for years. It's still going strong. A few years ago, I got myself a Beast blender. This is the newer one. This is the Beast Go, which is cordless. and it's super strong. Maddie uses it. She really likes it. I haven't used this one yet, so I can't really stand by it, but the original one is fantastic, so I'm sure this one's great too. And the reason why I got myself a Beast blender is because I had a Vitamix at the time too, which I ended up giving to my sister, but I had a Vitamix and I was just like, I never use this Vitamix. It's so massive. Right when I saw the Beast blender, it reminded me so much of Braun, like vintage Braun design. Shortly afterwards, Jason moved in, so now we're back to the Vitamix. But the Beast blender, I think it's such a beautiful design. I mean, truly, it is the Braun of blenders. It's not crazy expensive like the Vitamix, and it works well. I mentioned this last year, or maybe a few years ago, but the Wonder Boom speaker, this is the Wonder Boom 2. They're up to like the 4 now. I'm sure it's gonna keep going, but they're waterproof. They also have an outdoor mode. You can pair them, so if you have 2 of them, you can pair them to have like surround sound. We've used this when our TV's audio is kind of funky. We've used this instead of the TV audio before. Jason uses it in the shower. Every once in a while I'll hop in the shower and this will already be hanging on a hook in the shower. Yeah, this is really useful. I know I've talked about it before, but I feel like I need to mention it again. Also, something that I've mentioned before too are my Cause Porta Pros. They make them in a wireless situation now. So I've talked about this in a favorites before, but I still use these every single time I go on a daily walk. The battery lasts a very, very long time. I switched out the ear pads. I love that these are wireless and they're not super expensive either. The reason why I got these is because I was wearing the corded headset and then someone's dog jumped on me and then just ripped out the cord on one side. So then the guy was like, oh my gosh, can I Venmo you for those? Yeah, so he Venmoed me for those, and right when I got home, I looked it up to buy the headset again. But then I saw that these came out and they're just a little bit more than the wired ones, so I ended up getting the wireless and I love them. So it was kind of a happy accident. Okay, this is my favorite section, beauty sets. So Detox Market, oh my gosh. I've been getting a monthly box from Detox Market, so like new products to try out and use and stuff, and I've discovered so many cool things in this past year. Every year they do this Bessie Beauty Green Beauty box, and this is the 15th year anniversary, and it's a $500 value, and there's a bunch of stuff in there. So of course it's here, and there's so many good things in here. 17 things. There's True Botanicals, there's Manicurist, there's Ilia Beauty, RMS, Inner Sense, 100% Pure. There's a 1989 Beauty liquid eyeliner. It's the best eyeliner. I've been using it and I really like it. There's a little perfume from Abel called The Apartment, which I mentioned in my last month's favorites video. There's Osea. I mean, there's just a bunch of stuff in here. So this is great for a beauty lover, especially someone who is into clean beauty, who's like a little bit pickier in terms of what they use or have possibly more sensitivities. For instance, Ilia is one of my favorite brands this year. Their packaging is wonderful, but their holiday kits are outstanding. So they have a few things that I'm really interested in. There's the Mini Eye Stylist Trio, and then there's also the Ethereal Baked Face Palette. The shape of this palette is so satisfying. I don't have those on me, but yeah, Ilia is fantastic. Say Beauty also has some holiday collections. So they have blush trio, which I love their dew blushes. Obviously you can get individual things too, but I think the blush trio is such a good deal. The standout items for me from Say are their brushes. They're excellent brushes. They wash really easily. They dry within the day. My favorite one in particular is this one right here, which is the contour brush. It's double-ended. It's meant for contour, but I've used it for foundation, blushes, everything but contour. Yeah, it's just, I think the perfect brush. Is just something to take the edge off, you know what I mean? Every year I look at Crown Affairs gift stuff. I think it was last year, maybe before that. They had a little kit with this little tiny brush. I love it. It's almost like a Mason Pearson brush, but just smaller. So there's boar bristles and then longer plastic bristles. I had this in my travel bag for the entire year, and I just pulled it out maybe a month ago and started using it every single day in my makeup bag, and I adore this. But every year they make these kits so you can save a little bit of money and then try out a bunch of little things too. So get yourself one of these, it's so cute. I also have a hair towel here, which I'm really excited to use as well. Crown Affair, everything they make I've liked so far. Necessaire has some amazing kits on their site right now. So if you're looking for, their rosemary shampoo and conditioner set, excellent. Like, I plowed through that. I love that set so much. But they also offer gift wrapping too, so you can get a nice little package and then just wrap everything up and then send it off. I have body washes in here. It's gonna go to someone who likes the Aesop aesthetic. I love Aesop. I will say, I do love Aesop. But sometimes for the holidays, it's just so achingly obvious. And so I try to find other brands that are similar to Aesop, but just a little bit different. Necessaire is one of them, fantastic packaging. The one that's pretty obvious is Grown Alchemist because their packaging is very similar to Aesop. The scents are great. I know that they just started doing Equinox, so it's no longer Kiehl's anymore. It's Grown Alchemist now, so they're the new hit brand. Cyclar also is a fantastic Aesop alternative. These are Sacred Santal, which is my favorite scent from Cyclar. If you are looking for something that's like a body fragrance, you can't go wrong with Cyclar because they do a lot of individual fragrances that are great for layering. So even if this person that you're shopping for likes to layer on perfume afterwards, Cyclar is a great place to start because they offer a nice base note, like a base scent, and then you can add on whatever you want to it, and it kind of makes everything more unique. I have some half-sisters who love L'Occitane, so anytime my dad goes to visit them, he's like, Christine, can you get some L'Occitane and like put some stuff together so I can gift them? So L'Occitane, beautiful packaging, but the hits in particular, I know they're having a Black Friday sale, so that's coming up. So what does it say here? Yeah, 20% off iconic favorites, November 25th to the 30th, but their shower oil is my favorite. And so, yeah, if you're looking for something to get from L'Occitane, the shower oil, the hand cream also is a favorite. I haven't tried the skin oil, but these two right here, the shower oil and the hand cream, also the shower oil, you can get refills for, which I swear by, because I have a shower oil in my shower right now and I'm about to run out, so I'm gonna be using this up. Obviously, I use it in the shower as a body wash, but then I also use it as a shaving cream as well. And it smells so good too. Okay, speaking of fragrance, I love a discovery set. I just got a package from Lore, and the one that I picked was Sublimity. And it's kind of like adjacent to CK1, kind of like a clean girl scent for lack of better vocabulary, but Lore has a discovery set. The packaging is stunning. So, I mean, look at this. This is, I think it's the most beautiful packaging ever. If you're just looking for a perfume that you think everyone would like, I think Sublimity is the one to go for. Kind of like Glossier, for instance, it's something that everyone likes. But yeah, Lore's got beautiful packaging if you're looking for like a cool new brand out there. Also, Denom makes beautiful fragrances. And then again, Abel, which is the brand that I talked about in my last month's favorites video. They have one called The Apartment that I really like. And then also Cydia, which I've talked about in my last month's favorite video. They have a fragrance called Braless. They also have like the solid version of it too, so that you can put it on your pulse points. You can't go wrong with it. So I mentioned this obviously before, but this is the Omnilux Men's Red Light Therapy Mask. So my sister got the women's version and she mentioned that I should get the men's version because it penetrates deeper and there's just more lights in general. And so I did a lot of research and I found that on Wirecutter they recommended the men's one, and Jason and I share it. And I've been using it since October, and the first thing I noticed is that my foundation seeps into these little tiny pores that I have on my cheeks right here, and then they create these little pinholes, and it's just so obvious. So like all this blending, all this moisturizing, whatever, it doesn't ever really go away until now. I made a little chart to make sure that I used it at least 5 times a week. They say to use it from 3 to 5 times a week, so I was trying to use it for at least 5 times a week for 6 weeks, in which I did, and that's the first thing I noticed. It's meant to help with your skin tone, texture, collagen, but the first thing I noticed were the pinholes, especially, so it made my pores a lot smaller, which means that it's helping my collagen build back up, so that's fantastic. So I do highly recommend it. It is super expensive. I do have, I think, a 10% discount code, but since the holidays are happening right now, I think they will have a sale, or if it's not already running, I'm sure they'll have a much better sale than what I can offer you. So shop around, make sure that you're getting the best deal out there. My sister, the same sister, also got herself a Dyson Airwrap, and she loves it, and she's a new mom. She has a 8-month-old now. Anyway, she got herself a Dyson Airwrap and she was raving about it. They're just super expensive, and I think she got it off Costco for $100 off or something like that. But the set that I had in my mind was from Violet Grey. Violet Grey is a destination that I go to for a lot of beauty things. Like, I really trust what they carry beauty wise. I often visit Violet Grey to get ideas of what to look for, you know, what's cool and what's in. Anyway, so I told myself that if I were to get an Airwrap situation, I would get one from T3, because not only is it half the price of the Dyson, but also Violet Grey recommends it. And there's 3 in particular that people constantly compare. So obviously the Dyson one, and then also the Shark one, and then the T3 one. After watching a bunch of reviews, I was like, yeah, the T3 one looks like something I would be interested in. And then they sent it to me. Like, I didn't even ask for it. They just sent it. It was pretty wonderful. Anyway, so this is it. It comes with really cool attachments. So there's the blow dryer attachment, and then also the round brush attachment for volume, and then also the barrels, obviously. And these are ceramic, so they end up making your curls last a bit longer. According to all the comparison videos that I've seen, the ceramic barrels last longer. They do heat up quite a bit more than the other barrels. I've been using this. I think I've used it 3 or 4 times so far, and I love it. It's just so much faster than the process that I was doing before with my straightener, which I love what my straightener can do in terms of curling my hair. It's just the heat damage over time, so I feel really kind of like hesitant whenever I pull that out. So this is a lot less damage comparatively. And the last thing I have here are subscriptions. So I've talked about movie subscriptions in the past, YouTube premium subscription, but 2 in particular that I think are worth mentioning. Substack. For the people who just don't want to watch something, they just want to read, you can subscribe them to a Substack that they like. Not only is it helping out the writer, but it's also information, which is fantastic. And then there's also the Criterion Collection, which is something that I did get for myself a couple years ago for a while, and yeah, I really enjoyed. But I think it's also a luxury thing, because it's not, I don't know how to explain it, it's not entertainment in the way that you can just indulge. It's very thoughtful entertainment. So if I were to have either a YouTube premium subscription or a Criterion subscription, if I had to pay with my own money for it, then I would go for the YouTube premium, right? Because I use that a lot more. So the Criterion Collection is a bit more indulgent for me. And so if someone else were to get it for me, of course I'd be stoked on it. So yeah, I have that as a recommendation. Oh, the sun's coming out. Anyway, those are my holiday gift guide ideas. If you have any suggestions, please leave a comment down below, because we can all help each other out during these trying times. Thank you so much for watching. I'll have everything linked down below. I'll also keep adding gift ideas down below in the description as well. There's a bunch of shops to check out, online shops as well as physical shops, and then some other gift guides as well if you are interested. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.